So rectus abdominis, see the muscle fibers, runs down the middle. External oblique, big ones on the side there. You cut a little window, and you see the internal oblique. Fibers run slightly different directions. You cut another little window very, very carefully. You see the fibers running in a slightly different direction again, and that is transversus abdominis. So it's transversus abdominis, internal oblique, and then external oblique. Okay. I don't have the ribs open, so I don't have the intercostals open. There we go. All right. Clavotrapezius. Clavicle is right about there. So clavotrapezius. Clavo out to the arm. Clavobrachialis. Pectoantebrachialis. That little strap that sits on top of the pectoralis muscles. Pectoralis major sits underneath. So there's one border of the major. There's the other border of the major. So from there to there is pec major, not including that, of course. Pec minor is caudal to pec major, strap-like. And then zippi humerales, caudal again, strap-like. Okay. Deep chest and shoulder. Serratus ventralis, that's that fan-shaped one, kind of sits kind of flush up against the ribs. Excuse me. Good, okay. Scalenius and transversus costarum are strap-like. Okay. Scalenius sits a little bit farther out. Scalenius. Okay. Transversus costarum, more towards the midline. Transversus, remember, costal, coastal, whatever, means ribs. So transversus costarum runs across the ribs. Transversus costarum. Subscapularis. If you need me to stop, just yell, wait. Okay. Subscapularis. Kind of the inside of the scapula, so it's basically pretty much all of that right in there. You see that, oops, love that. You see that shiny tendon? That's for the subscapularis. Teres major is on what is the ventral border of the scapula. Okay, so this right here is teres major. Neck and throat. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Sternomastoid is kind of at an angle. Okay, from the sternum up to the mastoid process. Here's the skull. So there's sternomastoid right there. See how it's kind of running at an angle? Sternomastoid. Okay. Clidomastoid. So again, clavicles, clidos, clavicles. Clidomastoid, going from the clavicles to the mastoid process. The clidomastoid. Okay. Parotid gland. I could probably clear that out better, but we'll be okay. Parotid gland, big salivary gland, basically underneath the ear. And then the submaxillary gland, I've got that one pretty good. submaxillary gland smaller right below it. And again, glands look different from muscles. They feel soft and squishy, and they look kind of like oatmeal. Geniohyoid. Sternohyoid. Let's do that one first. So, hyoid is kind of up in here, kind of like underneath the chin. So sternohyoid, going from the sternum to the hyoid. So this is one that's parallel with the body axis. So that little guy sitting right on top there, that's sternohyoid. Okay? If you get closer, you can see the way the fibers are running. And then geniohyoid. Okay? Genio means chin, hyoid is hyoid. Geniohyoid, see, hyoid is basically right about there. Geniohyoid. Is just above that. Okay? The transverse jugular is kind of your landmark. Okay? So it's going to be, at least where I'm going to pin it, it's going to be sternohyoid. I'm going to call that below the transverse jugular. And if it's running parallel, it's going to be geniohyoid if I pin it above the jugular, transverse jugular. Okay? That's why I say leave these in place. Mylohyoid. Mylohyoid is basically the intermandibularis of the cat. So mylohyoid, if you see the fibers, it's running that way. So that's mylohyoid. Got it? And then to the sides, we've got a couple little strap muscles. And so the little strap, you see kind of running at an angle, that is digastric. Okay. Lateral jaw. Okay. The jaw muscles, okay, that's the masseter. Big old masseter there. You can see it's got a lot of connective tissue over it, so you've got a little window to see the fibers. And then up on the top of the head, you got the temporalis. Broad, flat guy here, that's latissimus dorsi. It's more towards the back. Okay? Your obliques, your external oblique is down here. Your latissimus dorsi is kind of up here. There's our clavitrapezius again. So again, clavicle's right in there. Acromiotrapezius. Okay. So acromio, it's going from the acromion process, trapezius up to the spine. So that's acromiotrapezius. Basically like that. Spinotrapezius. Spinotrapezius, latissimus dorsi. Trying to be rude. Latissimus dorsi. And then spinotrapezius. And then acromiotrapezius. And then let's see. Acromiodeltoid. So strap guy right down here. Okay. Triceps. Put that really on. Okay. So triceps. How many is tri? Three heads. So lateral triceps, long triceps, or heads, and then medial. These are the ones kind of buried. Medial triceps. Epitrochlearis. This little flat guy. Epitrochlearis. Flat guy right there. And then biceps brachii, you know where those are going to be. Biceps brachii. Okay. And come back for version 2 and we'll do the hind limb.